Welcome back to AM Northwest. You know, uncertainty is everywhere, including the workplace. But trying just to push through may actually make things worse. Here to share 4 quick strategies to help create calm in the midst of chaos, we welcome back strategic advisor and executive coach, Dr. Carol Parker Walsh. Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
First of all, you suggest over-communicate, even if you don't have all the answers when it comes to chaos in the workplace.
Yeah, for sure. You know, if you silence just causes people to stay in panic mode.
Yeah.
So if
they assume things are much worse.
I always say just have a strategy of just saying, here's what we know, here's what we're tracking, but here's what we have in our control that we're going to keep focusing on and keep doing. So it's so important that you just over communicate, because people are going to have questions and they're going to see things in the news, in the paper, they're going to hear things from their neighbors, and they're going to bring that into the workplace and ask all the questions about how is this going to impact me. We used to have, you know, a year or two ago, there was this big thing around quiet quitting. And now because of the anxiety out there's a lot of job hugging that's happening right now.
Hanging on for dear life.
Exactly, and people want to know what's going on so they can make plans to know what they need to do, or if they have anything to worry about, or things of that nature. So as much as you can let people know that this is what's happening, this is what we know, right? You know, this is what we don't know, but here's what we're tracking and keeping an eye on, and this is what we're going to, you know, keep moving forward on.
What do you watch out for?
Well, you want to watch out for any kind of, you know, particularly when you're hearing things in your industry where there's a lot of cuts, where there's a lot of layoffs, where there's a lot of changes that are related in your industry, because those may be the things that may be coming down the pike for you. If there are budget cuts or things of that nature that you want to keep an eye on, that may be impacting like any kind of grants or fundings or things of that nature. You definitely want to be able to make sure that you're watching those things, so that, you know, when you're talking about here's what we're tracking, that you can explain, you know, we've seen this, we know what's going on, we know you've seen it too, but we're keeping an eye on it, but here's where we are right now with it.
Absolutely. You say stop waiting for things to get back to normal.
Yes, this is, you know, this is like, you know, don't like keep knitting and like, no, it's all good. You don't want to gaslight your people saying everything is fine. You know, and it could be human nature to want to say, let's just kind of ride it out to get to the other side. But all that does is increase stress and anxiety. And when people are stressed and anxious, they tend to doomsday think. So you don't want to tell people like, just hang in there, because then you're white knuckling it through, and that causes even more of an issue.
I mean, jobs, your health depends on it, your kids' health, your school, all of these things. Where you live, you could lose where you live if you lose your job. I mean, there's a lot riding on this.
So honestly, right now, the name of the game is adaptability and resilience. And so this is a perfect opportunity to maybe think about how we can, you know, adapt to what we're doing now. We learned how to do it in COVID, and yes, that did pass, but we don't know what's going to happen. But we didn't think about, oh, let's just ride out COVID. We made adjustments, and we flowed with what was happening, and that's exactly what you need to do now. You need to stop saying, let's wait till it's normal, and just say, this is the reality. So in this reality, what does that look like, right? Instead of trying to think outside the box, let's throw out the box and build a new one.
Watch out for what?
Well, you want to watch out for
pep talks.
Yes, you want to watch out for that, like that a boy, or just hang in there, or keep it going, or just being the overconfident cheerleader. That's constantly saying we're going to get through this without giving any kind of substance around it.
Focus on what you can actually control.
So our brain tends to fear. You know, whenever there's fear, we get overwhelmed with it, and we tend to doomsday think. And we're programmed to really focus on the things that aren't going well versus the things that are going well. So you want to have people think about what are the things that you can control. Sometimes one of the things you could do is just make a list of what's out of our control, what's happening in the world, so we can have that list. But what can we control? What are the things that, you know, we can do in the workplace so that we can continue to focus on those things and move forward? Because a lot of the things happening around us we have no control over. So we have to be able to have some stability and calm. And all of this is about lowering people's anxiety, building trust, making sure engagement and productivity stays at the same level. You want to make sure that you're focusing on what is in your control, what you can do every day, so that you can wake up and feel a little bit secure in the things that you have going on.
And what do you watch out for?
Well, you want to watch out for, you know, things like
Like the list just sitting there?
Like, yes, exactly. Why you have this long laundry list of things that you have to do that that you can't have anything to do for, that you're totally focused on everything that's outside of you, or
Sure.
reading the newspaper constantly, or focusing on all the things that are not something that you can have anything to do with.
You say too to go for the quick wins.
Yeah, so instead of, sometimes in this current climate, long range plans can feel very disheartening.
Yeah.
Because things change in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Right? And so instead of thinking about those long range plans, try to come up with little sprints, little short range plans. So think about 2-week sprints, not 30 days or not 60 days or 90 days, but think about what can we accomplish in the next 2 weeks so that we can identify what the goal is, who's responsible for it, what are the outcomes that we want to get from it, so we can have really quick wins and really good celebrations so that people can really feel excited about the fact that there's possibility of things really getting together.
And you say watch out for meetings.
Yes, long range meetings, right? Just don't have long meetings about how to have short range goals.
Yeah.
Sometimes we meet around like, okay, we're going to try something new, so let's meet about it and talk about it without actually executing on anything. So stay away from having long meetings and long emails, and think about that brevity of having things quick so you can have quick wins and move on to the next thing.
Move on.
Yes, for sure.
Dr. Carol Parker Walsh, always good to see you.
Thank you.
All right.